just a very, you can kind of get in the corner and just get a really strong position. Nobody really wants to attack into it.
All right. So I'm gonna step in, as MDK is taking care of his pizza. It sounds like, and we're gonna get into game number 2 right here in Overgrowth. This is Hawkeye, by the way. I'm the one that's kind of been behind the scenes, doing the scene transitions and doing the observing as well. So
The fantastic observing.
oh, like you don't need to tell me that. So, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Overgrowth, we have our orange Terran player winning that last game. It is Rivals Foxer.
And in the bottom left, we have the Teal Terran just kind of getting overwhelmed by that early Hellion Banshee pressure. It is WolfHowl.
Oh, I missed my camera transitions for WolfHowl. Sorry about that. I had to mute to clear my throat a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we just announced him. Oh well. At least the camera was on him. It just didn't have that fancy transition, that fancy camera work, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that last game was a little bit of a kind of just a shutdown where Foxer just basically executed a build better than WolfHowl did. Am I correct in that analysis?
Pretty much. That supply lock really hurt WolfHowl. No getting around that. His response to the build was actually decent. He just didn't have enough stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, it was like 10 supply when Foxer hit of a difference, so
Yeah.
that's a lot in that early game,
It was,
especially
it
in
was
the
10
TVT.
supply and an expansion for Foxer at home. So it was just really...
Yeah.
really
No, I
was a
saw WolfHowl was actually planning his expansion. I saw like the green like command center like pre-build or whatever that shows when someone's gonna build something. Actually there it was actually there for like it had to be there for like 5 or 10 seconds, and I was wondering where the SV was coming. So it was in the plan, it just never happened, and obviously Foxer was at the front door. So
What do we got here? I got the pizza.
you got your pizza, MDK?
Yep. Sorry it took so long. I know I own a pizza cutter somewhere. Couldn't find it, so I MacGyvered it with a knife.
I don't think that's MacGyvering anything. I think that's just finding a different tool to slice the pizza.
But is that not what MacGyver would have done?
Don't take this away from him.
Fair enough. Did you want a moment to enjoy your pizza, or are you going to be able to show your Ghostu casting skills while you're chomping on pizza?
I can talk. I'll try to not like chew too loudly or anything like that.
All right, fair enough. I'll step back into observer mode.
Alrighty.
Cloaked until you scan.
Oh no. Alrighty. So looks like we've got about the same thing as last time.
Yeah, identical build orders once again. Like, there isn't too much variance in TVT if you play quote-unquote standard with this guy's first opening.
Yeah.
We'll see... Yeah, we see a tech lab coming down for WolfHowl, but no tech lab on the refactory, for Foxer. He's just making a Widow Mine. So it looks like WolfHowl is comfortable with his Banshee opening. He's going to try it again. But Foxer changing it up, he's making a Widow Mine with this starport. So it looks like it's going to be some sort of Widow Mine drop.
I see. That's a good idea. I don't know. I feel like because the last game went just so badly in every way for WolfHowl, and conversely so good for Foxer, WolfHowl might try to cut some corners to say like, okay, that is not going to happen to me again. So I like what Foxer's doing and switching it up and trying something different. Even though there's a lot to be said about just playing standard in TVT. If both players play standard, the best players should win, theoretically. But I don't feel like we got WolfHowl's best game from that last match.
Oh, definitely not. It was, it's always like a facepalm moment when you get supply blocked, especially when you're like at least at the diamond level.
Yeah.
It's like, this shouldn't be happening to me, but it's so frustrating when it does.
Most definitely. I got supply blocked almost every game, at the 28 Overlord. Just like 28 out of 28. So, to fix it, instead of, paying attention, I just did a build order that I got supply block to 28 on purpose, and then threw down a Roach Warren. So,
That's very MacGyver of you.
yeah,
It's a better use of that verb.
Interesting. Today we learn together. All right, so I hear a Viking. It's shooting down this Banshee.
Yeah, this
Didn't save it, but is this just a nice little thing for Foxer? Like, I held off the thing you were doing in the opening. Am I now insurmountably ahead, or I guess it's going to depend on what this Widow Mine does, but it burrows, no reaction.
that actually hurt Foxer.
Kills all of his stuff.
Yeah,
maybe
look at the units lost. It's 600. He lost 600 minerals in that one fight. He only got like 100 for WolfHowl. Widow mines are sometimes not your friend. They're
yeah. Oh, I know. I feel like at this level, it's not too much to ask for someone to be manually targeting Widow Mines, especially because there's only one. But that said, not too big of a loss. Hey, my opening didn't quite work, but I'm still alive, I'm still here, and there are still decisions to be made. It's not like in Ling Bane where one misclick will just mean you're dead. Scan goes down, he's going to try to get this Viking, going to try to get this Banshee, but I don't think he's going to get it without at least another scan.
He's got a bunch of Vikings in the air now, though. He can contest any sort of Banshee harass pretty well.
Yeah, he better not go into detection range, though, otherwise that's a dead Banshee.
Yeah, it's a little bit misleading with Banshees or Banshees versus turrets, because the Banshee can see farther than it can shoot. So you can be sitting there like, hey, I'm not taking any damage for this Banshee. I'm safe to just sit here. But then the Vikings come and just ruin your day. But a really nice harass here, almost getting this depot, but at the very least forcing 3 SCVs to come off to repair it. And he could actually just target down those SCVs.
This is kind of, I don't necessarily agree. Like, it's obviously good for WolfHowl. He's got a Banshee that's doing constant damage. Foxer's having to say either I'm going to let that die and just pay 100 minerals and get another one somewhere else, or I'm going to repair it, which takes three SCVs ended up off of mining, and then he has to pay to repair it. Like, repairing stuff for Terran isn't free. So I'm not sure I'm not sure if he should have just let it die there. And that sounds like a silly thought until you realize that the defender has to pay in opportunity cost for everything that he's done. So the lost mining time definitely probably ended up costing him more than just sacking the depot, in my opinion.
But it also makes you supply blocked, and it hurts your production. It's a pretty minute call, but
yeah,
I agree with the choice to save it.
Okay.
But this is one of the really annoying features of Overgrowth is this siege spot behind the natural. WolfHowl couldn't get as close to the mineral line as he can, but there is the option to siege the natural mineral line from this little spot where the Widow Mine is. It's pretty obnoxious, almost obnoxious as that Widow Mine just killing all the Marines.
Most definitely. Very obnoxious things that Terran do.
So we have both players going into bio behind this, but the stim for both players is actually pretty even, a little slightly for Foxer. And a really quick third CC for Edwin here.
Interesting to note, though, that the tank count is 3-0 when both players are doing the same thing. I feel like this gives Foxer a pretty big lead here.
Yeah, pretty huge lead, because Edwin invested a bunch of gas into Banshees and Cloak, whereas Foxer pretty much just made a Widow Mine and then went straight into tanks. So he's getting the better end of this opener for sure until this third CC starts mining. I would put Foxer at a slight edge. a 4 SCV lead though for WolfHowl, so we're seeing that third CC starting to kick in already.
Yeah,
But
and
he's
it's been I've been looking at the units tab. It's been 4, 5, 6 for quite a while. Foxer's catching up. Not sure if it's because while this command center's in the air, he's just not making SCVs or choosing not to. But he's got 2 more coming up. So
we're gonna see Foxer abuse this this obnoxiousness right here.
Yep.
That Edwin, or not Edwin, WolfHowl tried to abuse earlier.
And Edwin's just gonna get out of there with his SCVs. I guess there's not anything better to do with them, but this kind of calls into question the fast third, because he's having to go over to the other third base or just float around here above the natural while this is going down. And now if Foxer holds this position, I think he's just got a death grip on the game, because these things keep shooting and there's now nothing that WolfHowl can do.
It's really hard to break a tank siege in that position. You either need like Banshees or just a really superior Marine count, and WolfHowl didn't even have Stim done. So but the chances of...
Even a super superior Marine count, that spot is so awkward with that ledge and that gas geyser and the 2 mineral patches that like even like you'd need way more than even like a normal spot.
Yeah.
Just because the Marines are burning the corners.
WolfHowl did catch 2 tanks though retreating, which was really nice pickup for him. It's kind of keeping him in this game.
Yeah. And he's got a drop moving out across the right side of the map. And he does have tabs on Foxer's potential third bases. Or one of them. So here's the drop. It's going to find quite a bit more than its number in Marines, and then they will load up into the medevac and take a joyride back to the Earth.
It does delay the CC a little bit from building, so he's getting a nice little edge there. I don't think it was worth the cost of the drop, but it kept Fox's army back and it did a little bit of damage. Not a complete loss.
So now it looks like he's doing the first attack again with the same numbers as he had the time he did the first attack, except Foxer has been able to play for more of it the whole game, so he's kind of in an awkward situation. Do I continue this attack or do I not continue this attack? And either way, he's kind of damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, and he calls GG and takes the 0-2 series loss.
Yeah, when Foxer got that stage location, I think he killed a total of 27 workers.